That's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we live? Oh, we're live.
We're live.
And did twat.
Welcome back.
We're back. We're back. This time global.
At least national.
At least national.
Not quite global yet, but
we're back on a national scale.
We're back on a national scale. So
that's incredible.
Crazy.
Didn't think we would get there, but I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we've made it.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're at a position in this experiment that we can say we're national.
We're national. So turns out, you guys, we got more than one listener. And I appreciate that. That's pretty cool. So thank you for listening.
Any listeners. I appreciate any listeners, whether it's hate listens, love listens, ambiguous or ambivalent listens. I appreciate it all.
Yeah. Well, how you doing, man? It's been like 3 days. We just did one of these.
It's been 3 days.
Yeah.
Not too much has developed at the homestead.
Sure.
Where I'm at. Mostly it's been a lot of like holiday preparations. I did have Christmas on my dad's side of the family.
Yeah.
We did that on Saturday. I got some wood cutting boards.
Nice.
That's what I asked for Christmas this year.
That's a great gift.
Right? And it's like, they're really nice. They come in like a little stand and they're labeled like vegetables,
sure,
meat, whatever. They're nice.
That is nice.
And then, some other what have yous and shit like that.
Nice.
But it was good. Good food always at the, Amato Tomato Christmas.
Yeah.
Always and forever.
Love that.
And it was a full house. It was like, I think the first year in however many years where we had everybody there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of numbers are we talking?
Like there's, at least over 20, less than 40.
Wow. So around 30, some would say.
Something like that, I think would potentially be the numbers.
Those are big numbers, man.
Yeah, all packed into my aunt's house.
Wow, that sounds so fun.
It was good. It was a good holiday. It was cute. And then we, some of us played some board games. You ever played like Hues and Clues and Hues?
Not off the top of my head. That sounds like a new one. It's, you know what? It is. Back in my day, there used to be 5 board games to choose from.
That's it.
These
days,
in
the 2000s, there's
just about
5.
2 billion different board games to choose from. It is crazy. You can't walk down the street without trying a new board game.
At this rate, sure. And that's fine. I love a board game.
No, me too.
But what are your 5 if you're going to claim that you've only had 5 in 2003?
Growing up, the 5 for me, it was like you play Sorry.
Okay.
You play Clue.
Yes.
You play Monopoly.
Okay.
You play Life.
Yeah.
And then the 5th one wasn't even a board game. It was just some sort of card game. We were playing
Not even like Candyland?
Candyland, that was like pre-2000. But yeah, I guess I had played Candyland, I guess. I mean, I played a bunch of different games too, but the core 5 I was revisiting, and those were them. I mean,
I can understand that. I guess like Monopoly was a revisit. Clue is definitely a revisit.
Yeah, I know you love Clue.
It's my favorite board game.
It's a great one.
It's the best board game.
They got good characters too.
And then Trouble was also a popular one in our household.
Trouble, yeah, you're either a Sorry household or a Trouble household.
Right.
Yeah, I was Sorry.
We were Trouble.
Yeah, we like to pick cards rather than smack dice in a bubble thing, which was fun. I like that.
It's dynamic. It's loud. There's multiple engagements.
Trouble.
The commercial.
Yeah,
the little kids just screaming at each other.
That was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
you
good.
Knew the second.
It took me back. It took me back there.
Oh yeah.
But the Hues and Clues was a game that my cousin's girlfriend brought, and essentially it's like a rainbow of colors on this board.
Love that.
And you pick up a card and you have to like describe the color to the room, and they have to guess. And like the better the guess, the more points you get.
Wow.
And your incentive is to like also put a good quality clue out there, because you get points based on how other people do. It was a fun game. I was pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed it.
I like that.
I mean, and maybe I enjoyed it because I won.
Yeah, I mean,
winners
win.
I'm just like, I know my colors and I know how to give clues.
Winners do win.
But it was fun. I would play that again.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that was my weekend. That was my 3 days in between our last podcast.
Cool.
Did you do anything exciting?
Dude, you know what I did? I went to the theater
The theater.
and I saw Frozen.
Ooh, Frozen. Like at Broadway in Chicago?
Out in Aurora.
Okay. At the Aurora Theater.
Oh, for sure. Rachel's roommate
Was he in it? Was he
is in it.
who does he play? Who's his character?
Uh,
Is it one of the mains?
the character that goes Yuga. You know that one?
No.
Have you seen Frozen?
Yes, but I don't remember much.
He's got a song.
He sings.
He's got a full blown song and he crushes it.
Okay.
It's really, really good.
Nice.
It was
Good for him.
Very entertaining. I've never seen Frozen before.
Not even the movie.
Not the movie. Nothing.
Okay.
So I got to see it for the first time.
That's kind of impressive.
In theater, which was awesome. If I had the option to spend $15 to go see a movie or spend $30 to go see that movie in theater form,
Yeah.
I think I'd pick theater form a lot of the time. I think that's fun.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of other shows that like have a movie and also are on the stage. Like Chicago, in my opinion, the Chicago movie is fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's not as good. Like the stage production, depending on where you are, obviously it's circumstantial on the cast, but it was not as good.
Can I give you $1 million, possibly $1 billion idea right now?
Please do.
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking.
And it's just going to stay between us.
Well, us and our 1+ listener.
So they can join in.
Yeah.
You guys can be a seed investor.
Check this out, you guys. Hold on. I didn't lose it, did I? Of course I didn't.
Not the $1 billion idea.
Possibly billion. Definitely million. Definitely multi-million.
We're going to be broke forever.
No, we're not. This could be it. It's like a Broadway type thing, but in a way where they enact TV show episodes or something like that, rather than reenacting like movies.
Okay. Is there singing?
Sure.
Okay.
There can be singing. It could just be more comedian based.
Okay.
Kind of doing act. Like I would love to see some version of, I don't know, like a Friends episode, or some version of like a random sitcom, or like a random episode of something.
Yeah.
Or like The Office, of just people playing an episode of The Office. I think that would be a cool thing to like go see live.
Okay. So
rather than like, get yourself out, get out, go do something.
Explore the theater.
Yes,
yeah.
I think that would also create jobs for people doing
maybe actors.
It's tough to be an actor. There's so many people out there. They need work. So I'm just trying to find work for these people.
Okay. So like help me understand so would you like pay for a season? And so like every Tuesday you go to the theater and they do a different episode? Is that like what?
Yeah, maybe. Okay. I think that actually makes a lot of sense.
Right?
For sure. And like I think that there could be like shows like Dexter or like something intense too.
Yeah.
I think could be done really, really well in the theater.
I think there are definitely some shows that could be adapted to the stage very well. Succession would be fabulous.
And then they got somebody on the keys doing the intro.
Because it's so like
it would be so cool.
Because Succession's very dialogue heavy. Like the plot moves along with the dialogue.
Yeah.
So like I think that would do incredible on the stage. Like it doesn't rely on visuals. It doesn't rely on all the hooplas. I'm going to say it. House of Cards would be another one.
There you go.
That would be phenomenal on the stage. Okay, I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
$1 million, possibly $1 billion idea right here.
Yeah. Billions is a little
possibly. I didn't say
possible.
For sure. Jesus.
Possible billions.
Oh my God. You don't want to, he doesn't want me to be a billion. He doesn't think I'm going to give him
I don't think anybody should be a billionaire.
He doesn't think he's going to, here's the thing. I'm going to hit $1 billion and then I'm going to give you $1 million. So I'm not a billionaire. How you like that?
That's great. That works for both of us because one billionaire shouldn't exist.
I wouldn't, because the second I hit it, I'd lose it. The second I hit it, it's
amazing.
Gone.
Amazing. So that's what straight to me.
Straight to you.
To the charity of me.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you 2.
2 million.
Well, because I don't want to get back up to 1 billion too fast.
Right,
Because
because
then I got to give it away again. So I got to start
yeah,
spend.
I'll just create a charity and then just send it there. So
There
that way
you
we
go.
can also avoid taxes.
Yeah.
Because God forbid Uncle Sam takes some of your money at this point.
Well, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, once we write the show,
But this is a good idea.
create
I
the
feel
studio.
like.
I would see that. Like if there was a show that they decided to adapt to the stage, one, be very interested in what they chose, and then two, I would probably want to at least see an episode.
Sure.
Sure. Okay. So you saw Frozen, and that
Yeah.
was kind of like
I just
the
thought of this
inspiration of
right
this.
now, right this second.
Okay.
I have not thought about that before this.
Okay.
But it did just occur to me, and I think that
I like the theater. I like going to those things. I've only seen one non-musical. It's like a true play.
okay.
And it was Goodnight Oscar
All right.
with he's from he's not from Frasier. He's from I don't know, some show that was big in the 90s. That was a sitcom.
Okay.
I
believe you.
Maybe it is Frasier. No, it's not Frasier. Either way, he did exceptional. He deserved the Tony. I believe he won the Tony for it. It was great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So if you ever have a chance, see Goodnight Oscar.
Goodnight Oscar. Yep. I saw with Rachel Illinois, which was a musical type thing that we saw at the Shakespeare
Oh, the Shakespeare Theater?
Theater. Yeah.
Nice. Is it still at Navy Pier?
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah. It was really, really, really nice. It was a lot of fun.
I have yet to do that, and I really want to.
You should, dude. I'd go to a show with you. I'm sure Rachel would.
Because
Rachel would
reading Shakespeare
freak out.
sucks ass, and
Totally.
I don't know why I did it for 4 years in college.
Yeah.
But like watching Shakespeare, experiencing Shakespeare, is a whole other thing, and it's so much better.
Definitely.
Because I don't know, like the way it, like obviously it depends on the actors and blah blah blah, but it's meant to be heard. It's not meant to be read, even though it is exceptional poetry, whatever. But I would love to, but I wouldn't. I would be maybe a little picky on my shows. I wouldn't care for Othello. I wouldn't really care for Romeo and Juliet.
Totally.
Any of that. But like Macbeth would be cool. I would vibe on Macbeth.
Sure.
Much Ado About Nothing, hit or miss, depends on how they want to adapt it.
Yeah.
What is it? Merchant of Venice? I think could be an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
But King Lear, I don't know about King Lear. But either way, Shakespeare. I would entertain that for sure. And then have you ever been to the what is it? The Wolf thing?
The Wolf thing.
It's another theater in Chicago.
No.
It's like a circular stage.
Cool.
Yeah. So like everyone sits around in a big circle.
Interesting.
It's in Lincoln Park. It's a shame. Steppenwolf.
It's called
Steppenwolf.
I've heard of Steppenwolf for sure.
Yeah, it's in Lincoln Park.
Okay. Well, needless to say, Frozen's good.
Yeah, your review of Frozen's 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. Really, really good. Laughed, felt emotions. It was a good time.
Did you cry?
Didn't cry.
Okay.
But I held back tears, I would say.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
but it was really, really good. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I remember when it had a chokehold on like all of society for whatever, how many years
it's still
it came
holding
out.
on. That's why it's over there. And when I say that it's huge,
there are a lot of kids.
Oh, dude, kids in their dresses.
Oh, and their Elsa
like
dresses.
Elsa, yeah.
Really? I mean, I believe
a
that.
ton.
Wow. Were they screaming? Were they yelling?
David said that he has done 18 shows in the last 10 days.
Wow.
It's legit.
That's a lot of shows.
It's a lot of shows.
Damn.
Crazy stuff.
That is crazy. Okay.
He's out there. So yeah,
wow,
that's my $1 million, $1 billion idea.
I'm here for it. I would entertain that production company for sure.
Yeah, we'll
call it A25.
A25.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's just one better than A24.
Okay, done. I'm in on that.
You got important notifications?
It's over. Just had to see what it said. Anywho, yeah.
Okay.
Good idea.
Frozen, go to the theater.
Go to the theater. But anyway, so I think with that idea, it'd be cool to maybe do seasonal, but all like a season at a time, weekly, or perhaps do just kind of just specific episodes of things that are more popular. Like there are certain episodes of Seinfeld that are super popular
Okay.
that people would really love to see. Same with, like I said, The Office or Parks and Rec or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And um, and here's how you make it $1 billion idea. Obviously merch
Yeah, I was gonna say merchandise
out the door.
has to be key.
Out the door, people are buying because it's they love the show. How do you not pick up a T-shirt
For $50.
$50 T-shirt? We made it for two.
Thank you, China.
In China, and they shoot. I don't know.
I steamrolled your idea
You
with China,
steamrolled
didn't I?
it, yeah. China
Damn.
got involved. That's okay.
But merchandise was your $1 billion idea. Well, like how to get it to $1 billion, merchandise and something else.
Yeah, merchandise and something else. That's the thing.
Record it, send it live.
Not recorded. Oh, dude, that's what it was. We get sometimes every once in a blue moon. There's like a guest star from the original show.
There we go.
Okay, once every like 18 to 25 episodes, so that
Yeah.
like people are like, oh, maybe this will be the one that like this person will come and like
Sure, to get asses
and
in
it
the seats.
doesn't really happen that often, and then after a couple months, then we have like 2 in a row or like do something crazy.
Okay. If we can get Steve, Jerry,
Whoever's
okay,
available,
depending on the show that we're doing.
whoever is available.
Okay. Like I said, I would very much entertain the idea of a TV show on the stage. I feel like that's what it was like before TV.
Totally.
You know, so let's go back to it. Let's bring back that period of theater.
For sure. And I also think that you could come for like 2 episodes straight of something. It's like just
Yeah,
and then there's
you
like
could buy packages.
intermission
How about that?
or whatever, But that's my idea.
Okay, I like it. It's a good idea.
Thank you.
Do you have any hills today?
Dude, do I have a hill today? Dude, it's
Or is the vibe too good and precious for a hill?
okay. My hill is when you're at the theater, quiet your kid up.
Quiet your kid up.
Quiet your motherfucking kid up.
I think that goes for movies too, not just like the stage.
Well, for movies, definitely quiet your motherfucking kid up. But at the theater, you could distract the actors on stage.
Yes, you can.
However, I do like that it's
Yes, you
interactive as well. So I'm not saying you shouldn't ooh and ah and blah and blah.
Right.
But
There's a bit of audience participation, but when it's too much,
but when kid A is turning back to talk to kid B in the seat behind them, right next to me,
yeah,
for the 300th time, and I'm just trying to focus on the plot. I've never seen it.
you got to hit him with that stern
Shut the fuck up, Rosa.
Rosa.
Yeah, whoever that little girl is.
Rosa.
Shut up.
Roast Rosa.
Whoever the hell there.
This
but
bitch.
It was really cute. The kids were cute. The whole ensemble was cute. It was just such a good time.
I mean, I think that speaks to a hill that I definitely have for life in general, which is always that there are spaces where kids should never be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there are some shows, some events that kids just ruin it for everybody.
And for our $1 billion idea, no kids allowed.
Kids.
No kids allowed.
No kids.
Adults, alcohol. It's flowing.
Oh, we gotta booze up the audience. We gotta.
That's
booze
the money.
You get a free shot for walking in the door.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's how we get it going.
Yeah, it's not free though. It's included in the ticket.
Right. Ticketmaster is none the wiser. But I think that's fair. I can understand that.
Yeah. Shut the kid up.
And especially at that show, like Frozen, you are kind of just walking into
a sea of kids and adults.
Yeah.
It is. And that's okay. No. I get it. I'm not trying to be rash here, but shut your fucking kid up.
Shut your fucking kid up.
Yeah.
Don't have kids unless you can honestly shut them the fuck up.
True.
I think that's a good rule of thumb for children.
Yeah, it's tough out there.
It is.
So that's my hill.
It is.
And I ate a dang good burger beforehand at some place in Aurora, Ballydoyle or something,
Ballydoyle.
something like that.
Not familiar.
Me neither, but I'd like to get familiar.
Okay.
It was really good.
That's nice.
Yeah, they got a good corned beef
Ooh, okay.
as well. So next time I go, I'm going corned beef in some way, shape. We got like these like fried corned beef balls.
Corned beef balls.
Yeah, as an appetizer.
Like a fritter? Like it's a fritter with corned beef in it?
Yeah, something like that.
That's nice.
It was delicious.
Okay. Do you like Reubens? Are you a Reuben guy?
You know what? I'm not huge on Thousand Island.
Oh, that's where you're wrong.
But I don't dislike it. It's like good, but
oh, it's like second only to ranch.
no. See, I want a burger, man. I don't want a Reuben. I want a burger.
Because you don't like mayo, do you?
I don't dislike mayo. I don't
Okay.
want a lot of mayo though. That's just
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm Team Thousand Island.
Mayo's just straight up fat, you know.
Yeah. And it's delicious for that very
Yeah.
reason. Fat is flavor.
I hear you. There's plenty of fat in the burger, and there's plenty of that going around
You
in my
gotta add
body.
more.
I got plenty.
You gotta add more.
I got plenty of the fat.
Need you
guys.
bigger.
I need me smaller. I'm having grapes for breakfast. Okay, that's
Grapes for breakfast. Keeps you regular too.
Yeah.
So much fiber.
Yeah.
Okay, good for you.
I'm trying whatever the hell I got around.
Whatever you gotta do. That's great. No,
Yeah.
I'm just like an apple and peanut butter.
Grapes for breakfast. Soup for lunch.
Okay. Air for dinner.
Tonight dinner was PB and J.
Okay.
Two
a
of 'em.
classic. A classic and a
Not
staple.
1, 2.
With grape jelly, or are you different jelly?
This is raspberry.
Raspberry.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't
You
think
don't like
I've ever
raspberry?
had. I do like raspberry, but I don't think I've ever had raspberry jelly.
And you know what? This is
or is it jam? And
this
what?
is spread. It's like a Costco like spread of some sort. I don't think it technically says jelly on the thing,
Nor does it say jam.
but it's organic. It might be jam. I don't know.
I don't know what the difference between a jelly and a jam is.
I'll tell you one thing. It's good.
Maybe like gelatin.
I live and
like
die
there's
by
gelatin and jelly, hence that's where maybe it gets its name.
Perhaps.
I don't know. I'm shooting in the dark over here.
Yeah. It's good though.
But that's great. I like that's a good spot when you find a good burger.
Yeah.
That's a win in life.
It was a win. It was definitely a win, and it just had fried onions on it.
Love.
Love. It was just so good. I need to eat a little slower. It's so hard, you know.
Yeah, you got to put it down.
The burger comes and then it's gone, and I'm just like, well, that was good.
I think
now time to eat fries till I die.
One thing I think you can try to do is to put it down at least once while you're eating it.
I'm not gonna put the burger down.
Like just put it down, dab your mouth, dab the corners of your mouth, keep it clean, get one fry, and then go back to the burger.
Burger in one hand, dab the mouth in the other, so I can go right back in.
Savage.
Absolutely
a menace to burgers.
That's how it has to be.
No, because I can't live that way.
I gotta put it down. I'm notorious for finishing my burger before most people finish a quarter.
Yeah, true. I've seen it happen
most of the time.
I have seen it happen many a time, actually.
Most of the time. Okay, you got a hill, man.
I always have a hill, like I said.
Always,
because my mountain range is building.
Yeah,
always and forever. And this kind of goes to a little bit of what you were saying earlier, where just because something was successful on the stage or in a TV show doesn't mean we have to do it over and over again. So for example, all these like new live actions that are coming out, we got live action Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Snow White. Stay tuned for that bitch.
Let me give you one. Taylor Swift cover bands.
Taylor Swift cover bands, also garbage. But I'm also like the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. Like, can we just let them be video games? There's a when I went to go see Wicked, phenomenal movie. And this
I haven't seen it yet, so no spoilers.
phenomenal movie, phenomenal on the stage.
No spoilers. I'm gonna see Wicked next week.
Okay, you'll love it. 10 out of 10.
I'm excited.
But when I like to watch the trailers before a movie because I
Oh.
like to know like what's coming out, what
I
I
don't
what
do
I
that.
can look forward to.
Oh yeah, no, I like that.
And when I tell you everything was a fucking remake or a sequel, I had it. I've had it. I'm gonna lose my shit. Hollywood has billions of dollars, and you're telling me that the next great idea is the same thing over and over again? Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. I've
Happens all the
had
time.
it. And the hill that I'm
That's
dying
fucking
on
shame.
today, one of the hills in my mountain range, probably one of the biggest, like a good peak on this mountain range,
Okay.
is that one and done.
One done.
And done. Because you're never going to be better than the original. And it needs to stay that way. It needs to stay just that. It doesn't need to be, not the one that was made in 2008. No. It's the one that was made in 1975.
Here's what I think. I think that it's okay to remake a movie. I think that it's okay to have a sequel to a movie. But whenever that happens, I think there has to be like they have to take it to court. They have to get like jurors involved. And
What's the crime?
It's not a crime.
What's the damage?
We need to decide if this is worth redoing or if this is worth.
Oh, we'll put it to a vote then.
Put it to a vote.
Like, like the Oscars, the Academy votes for whatever they pick. Like, there should be a group of us, regular folk, who decide if a remake or if a sequel is necessary and deserving. And I would like to be on that board.
Well, if they were doing this, if they were doing what I'm saying that they would do,
yeah,
I would. This is like a reality TV show that I would watch, where they have people come in and they're just like, "This is why we need to remake Jaws 1. This is why we have to remake Jaws. We have to
because."
And they just go in and they just whatever the
they
heck
hit you
may
with
be,
their arguments,
and then the other person's like, "We can't do it. This is why we can't. It's way past. There's no way," and they're just arguing against it, or however the case may be.
Yeah,
I think that that would be entertaining.
Okay,
and then B, after that, then maybe the people vote.
Sure,
but I want people to plead cases.
Okay, so we want like
rebuttals. I want a debate. I want a debate.
You want a live debate?
Live debate about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should listen to like Supreme Court oral arguments in your free time, because that's all that is. And it actually is things that will impact your day-to-day life.
No. I want it to be about
nothing.
Of no consequence. Exactly. Yeah, and that's what I want to vote on.
Okay, that's nice. That's very like, that's sweet.
It is.
It's genuine. It's innocent.
It's sweet.
But I'm sick of it. I'm gonna keep building on that hill because it's fucking annoying.
Totally.
I need something new. Because the fact that I think it was like fucking Dune 2 or whatever was like one of the highest grossing movies.
Yeah.
Which it was fine. But it's a sequel. It's not new. It's not exciting. It's not. I've seen it before.
Right, but I guess
I need it. No, I need it new.
Not saying you need it new, but everybody loves Star Wars.
Well, they just play on the nostalgia.
Hold on.
Of it all. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Mine this hill.
No, I like your hill. I like the hill. I like it. And I think that it should be a court case, and I think that it should be, and most of the time it's no. Most of the time the answer is no.
Right. Because the burden
and once in a while when
burden of creation,
and then after that, if something ever does squeak through, then I can get ridiculed to high hell. Talk about pressure on the actors and the writers after it gets squeaked through once in a while.
mean, I think we just got to come after these studios. We got to start. We got to start denying these studios.
Okay. Let's deny them.
Because as of right now, I can't think of anything else besides A24 that's actually coming out with some decent content.
Right.
It ain't Disney.
It's not Disney.
It ain't Paramount.
It's not Paramount unless it's Survivor.
The Miramax, the Weinstein Company, is in the shitter because of obvious reasons.
Apple's doing some good stuff.
Yeah, but not on the movie front yet.
Not the movie front. No, they are not. They're trying though. They're doing stuff.
They have like a couple. I think like Coda was really good. Did you ever see Coda?
Never. I have not watched. I started, the new one, Fly Me to the Moon. Channing Tatum
Oh, okay.
with
Yeah,
Rachel,
I saw the trailer.
and that seems so far pretty okay. That's the review I'm gonna give it so far. Pretty okay.
Okay. But it's a sad day in cinema when Apple is our savior. Sad day.
Yeah,
Sad day in cinema.
yeah, their TV shows are good though.
And it's not like there's like a lack of writers. Lord knows, like everyone in their mother is trying to make a script these days.
Yeah,
So it's not because there's not enough out there. It's
I don't
just
think everyone
they
and their
care too
mother's
much about
making a
these.
script.
It's the corporations.
it's the corporations.
It's the corporations are ruining everything.
Yeah,
That's why we can't have nice things. Literally,
we need to rise up.
dare I might say, one of them.
New World Order.
Why new? Just world order.
Well, we're just gonna redo it all again.
I've said many times, bring in the bombs. I have. I've had it. I bring in the bombs.
No bombs. No bombs.
Like we just need a hard reset. Reset.
Reset, you say?
And I think that's great. I think it's happened multiple times in Earth's history. There's been mass extinction events. And I think like the shark is one of the animals that has made it through every single one of them. So shout out to sharks.
Love sharks. Sharks are cool, man.
Sharks are cool. Shark Week used to be
The thing.
the shit
I think it's still
back
cool.
in the day. Ever since I got rid of cable, I haven't really tuned into Shark Week.
What's it on?
It was on.
Comedy,
It used to be on the Discovery Channel.
So it's on.
I don't know who owns Discovery now. Paramount,
Maybe.
probably. But I do remember when it was the shit. When Michael Phelps raced, a simulated great white shark or something.
Did the shark win?
Always. No human being is going to outswim a shark. The fact that this was like, it was built up for like the whole week and it was like the final thing where it's
Let's see.
who's going to win? A person or a shark? And like at the end, it would have been great if they like animated the person getting eaten by the shark.
Yeah.
Really kind of hit us with that climax.
Yeah.
But clearly the shark just crushed. Because the fastest swimmer is, maybe 10 miles an hour in the water.
Yeah, he's not a fish.
A shark literally built for water is a murder machine
Yeah.
designed for it. Can obviously swim faster than a human being.
True.
But they built it up. It was very entertaining. I watched it.
Right.
And, I think that's what the Olympics should be. Actually, we should start doing events where animals
We go up against animals.
Go
the
against-
things that animals do. and
Yeah.
try to best them at their own.
see if we can do it.
Kind of cruel to some of these animals, I have a feeling.
It could be. It could be. And juice should be legal. I think we should allow juice in that version of the Olympics.
Yeah, you think we write up the animals?
And the people.
Oh my god.
Full juice Olympics.
I don't think we want to juice up the people and the animals.
I do.
I'm down with. I think roids in just like professional sports
Should be a go.
to everybody. If you want to screw your life up,
It's your choice.
go for it, and you're gonna have a hell of a career for 2-3 years.
Exactly.
And just
think about the money you could make though.
yeah, and then you might die because of the stuff you injected into your body.
Well, everything has its consequences.
Yeah, but then there would be people who do it in a different way where it's probably safe-ish.
Sure. But I'm team juice in the Olympics, honestly, because if everybody's juicing, then like there's no like, what's that person on steroids?
True.
There's no debate anymore. Everyone's obviously juicing. And it would crush every record.
Here's what I think.
Every world record.
I think and this might be a little controversial.
On here? On Sofa Tomatoes?
I think that every Olympian should have to smoke a cigarette right before the right before whatever they're about to do. You can either smoke it right before or during
a marathon.
a marathon, pole vaulting.
Okay.
I do
I think the French would
not care,
destroy.
and that's fine.
I think the French are built for that.
But they like I want a cigarette out of the side of the person's mouth as they're shooting the gun, or like
Oh, totally. What
bow
an
and
image.
arrow, like
Yeah.
same thing.
What an image.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I think that's
Ping
great.
pong,
I think that's
ping pong, cigarette with some ping pong.
badminton with a
Yeah,
cigarette would be
I
cute.
think that I really think that
Cigarettes and juice.
cigarettes and juice.
That's what the Olympics are
you
missing.
got. Yeah, get
Cigarettes
right
and juice.
There we go.
See, this is why they need to have it in America, because we have the good ideas.
Exactly.
You know, and just because, Russia or whoever, I don't know, Saudi Arabia or something is, paying the Olympic Committee under the table
Yeah,
to get these events, they're not bringing the ideas. They're just
not.
bringing the money. We're bringing the television. We're bringing the viewer value.
Yeah, we got $1 million idea after $1 million.
And if that's America, or if America's anything, we're the land of ideas.
Yeah, we got ideas.
We are. And I think it was maybe it was Margaret Thatcher or Churchill or something like that. Like, the United States is defined by not what was, but what can be.
I like that.
Kind of a vibe. Because we were like, we're going to the fucking moon. In 1969. We were like, computers had been around for maybe 5 years. And we're like, let's go to the fucking moon. And then the Ruskies were also going to the moon. So obviously had to beat them.
We beat them.
We beat them. But they were the first in space. They had the first satellite with Sputnik. And then they had the first person in space. Although allegedly, this is like a conspiracy, that it was the Soviets that still put the first person in space, but the first person in space wasn't the first person in space. I'm doing air quotes for those that are just listening.
Yeah.
Because the first person that actually went into space died.
Dead.
Kaputsk. As the Russians would say. Kaputsk, Larutsk.
Yeah.
And so the first person that gets credit for being in space was maybe the third.
Totally.
Yeah.
Cool.
It is cool. I love that. I love that shit.
I do love that shit. What have you been watching lately, man? Anything in the last 2 days? What'd you watch?
I've mainly been in the news cycle.
Yeah, you're newsy.
Because I don't know if you know the chaos that is just happening in America.
I know a little
and
bit.
in the world, honestly.
I know a little bit.
But, I'll just say a couple two bits.
Get in there
on it.
Yeah, no worries.
We don't have to make this a political show.
Sometimes it will be.
No matter how much I want it to be.
That's okay.
But so recently, just to give you an update on what's happening in America. So recently, the federal government, they need to agree on a budget, or they need to agree on a spending package.
Yeah.
Okay. And they do it every year or so, whatever. It always becomes a hyper political event. And, it's whoever's in power is usually fucking around with the people that aren't in power, whatever.
Right.
So the Democrats and the Republicans came to an agreement, and they had a bill ready to vote. And, I'm sure neither side was totally satisfied, but it was enough for both parties to be let's just fucking get this over with and we can all have a Merry Christmas.
Totally.
But, Elon Musk, Madame Elon Musk, Vice President, President Elon Musk.
Savage.
She decided to get on the Twitter sphere and rage tweet 100 tweets or something about how this bill is ass and it needs to be removed and it needs to be rewritten. And Trump, because he's on Twitter and he lives on Twitter,
Lord of the Manor,
saw those tweets and was like, yeah, Elon, your $250 million is totally right. I totally agree with you. That's what we need to do. We need to cancel this bill, and everyone needs to go back to the drawing boards, because we obviously have a super functional government at this point. So it's going to be so easy to rewrite this bill, and the government won't have to shut down, because if this bill never got passed, the government was going to be shut down because there was no law to say where the money's going.
True.
So 38 Republicans or so were just yeah, fuck you, and decided to vote the bill down. And so they all had to go back to the drawing board. And like the things that Elon was like really pissed off about were some things about China, which would benefit him and his businesses. And then another thing was like $100 million or so to like kids with cancer research.
Right.
He's like, that needs to be out because nothing says, you know, kindness, consideration, abnegation, a sympathetic dictator, you know, when you're the richest man in the world and you want to take money away from children with cancer. Nothing says you're an amazing person like that.
POS.
So, you know, so that's what the government's been reeling with. They did end up passing a bill. I don't know exactly what's in that one, but I'm sure it sucks. But they did it. Yoo-hoo. The government's not going to, you know, shut down and Trump's going to get his inauguration, whatever. And then another thing, more in like juicy Escandalo vibes.
Sure.
There was a congressman out of Florida. His name's Matt Gaetz.
Yeah.
Piece of shit. And he was, you know, just a douchebag. Just like a douche canoe in Congress.
Big old douchey.
Where his whole thing was just to obstruct, fuck around, and not get anything done ever. And so Trump had picked him to be his attorney general, which is the top law enforcement in the top law enforcer in the country. They get to choose who the government's going to prosecute and not. That's kind of their shtick. And so he chose this guy, Matt Gaetz, because he's like, I'm ready to gut some fish or something. Said something on Trump's plane, and Trump was like, that's my guy. Somebody with no experience and is just a literal douche canoe is what we want as attorney general. And so then it turned out that he had sex trafficked young girls. He had purchased, you know, a shit ton of cocaine and ecstasy. And this was all in like a government, in like a committee document that they did an internal investigation on. And when he left Congress, because he was nominated for the attorney general position, the committee was like, we're not going to release it because he's not in the government anymore. And everyone's like, fuck you. We want to know. We want the tea. What's in this document?
Yeah.
And so they just released it yesterday or today. I don't remember exactly when.
What's on the doc?
But I was reading today some of it. And it's essentially they had deposed all the young girls about his sex trafficking and, you know, rapism.
Okay.
And about because the girls were 17 years old. They were juniors in high school.
Oh my God.
And this was going to be our attorney general until the political water got a little bit too hot and he had to step down. But he's getting a show on Fox or something, or on Newsmax, one of the like far right media channels. He's still going to have like his own show. But what kills me, or what is just so perfectly American, is that the Republicans are all about, you know, Trump's here to save us from the rapists, the globalists, the predators, the human traffickers, all that shit. But that's literally who's in their party. That's literally who they're nominating into positions of power. Are the sex traffickers, are the rapists. It's wild. It's so Orwellian. It's so stupid. But it is fun gossip a little bit.
It's hot goss, that's for sure.
Sure, hot goss. It just kind of sucks when there's actual consequences that come when these people are in positions of power. But
yeah,
Matt Gaetz, as of right now, is out of the government, and it doesn't look like he'll get a government position anytime soon. And especially now that his reputation has been absolutely shredded because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, as it should be.
And I don't know if the Justice Department's going to press charges. You know, we'll have to stay tuned on that one.
Right.
But he did break the law, undoubtedly. And it was the Congress that made that discovery. So that's what I've been watching. I've been watching the news because I like to know what the fuck is going on.
That's cool, man. I mean, that's thanks for giving me the straight dope, you know? It's intense stuff.
But not really. There are other intense things that are going on that we don't even know, or you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's intense because it's only not even the tip of the iceberg.
Not even the tip of the iceberg.
Not even the tip.
The Titanic is, you know, still sailing for right now.
Yeah. So cool, man. Well,
Yeah, it's cool.
Stay informed. No, cool that you're watching the news. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. You got to keep up, keep doing that because
You got to keep on keeping on.
not only do you have to keep on keeping on, yesterday's news is yesterday's news, and there will always be tomorrow's news. So you'll just keep up with it.
That's true. Well, yesterday's news frames what tomorrow's news is going to look like.
Sometimes.
Everything in context.
Sometimes.
Sure. Sure.
Sometimes.
But yeah. Are you watching Happy Rainbows and Sunshine?
I'll tell you what I've been watching. Sports.
Sports.
Been watching football. I've been
Drama for
watching
men.
basketball. And when I've been watching the basketball games, they've been not going how I've hoped.
Because you're sports betting.
Well, I'm gambling a little bit. I'm throwing a bone around here and there, and I'm trying to, make a buck watching sports, which is a lot of men's dreams. It's a good time making money watching sports. And some days we win, some days we lose, and
because that's making money for doing nothing, right? Other than hitting a couple buttons on an app.
Yeah.
And somebody does all the work for you.
Yeah, you just watch them and you root and you go, shoot, don't shoot, do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got action and that's fun.
Are you yelling at the TV? Are you screaming at these people on the TV?
I'm only yelling when I'm winning.
Okay.
If something crazy happens, there was one bet that I had a week or two ago where there might have been 30 seconds left in the game, and I needed a player to make a 3-pointer and that team to lose. And they were winning already by
That's a
couple
lot.
points with only like a minute, 30 seconds, something like that left.
Okay.
And it was a close game, 1 or 2 points at some point, but it was like a 10-point game. It was swinging a little bit. And literally, dude makes a 3.
The person you needed?
The person I needed makes a 3.
Okay.
And then the other team makes it a 3 right after to just like cancel it out. And then they get a stop. And then they score, take the lead with 8 seconds left.
That's a long time.
Yeah, but it all
and with like all the timeouts and shit that they do, like
sometimes
that could, like 8 seconds of a sports game turns into like 15 minutes of television.
In football, sometimes it can, but with basketball, it's one possession a lot of the time. It's the last 8 seconds, last 5. When it's over 24 seconds, then not so much. And the only time when those seconds kind of are longer, it's when the other team is up by a couple points rather than it being like only a 1 possession game, because then they need to foul to stop the clock in order to make 3 points while the other team's making 2,
Right.
You follow?
Right.
So yeah, so I've been watching that, and I've been watching football, and football also is hit or miss, but we win some. And football I tend to have a little bit better win rate on recently.
Yeah, I feel like there's less moving parts.
Yeah, but in basketball, it's like it's fun to watch them score points. So like a lot of points are being scored, so you could bet on players to score 25 points, and you're like excited the whole time watching it.
Okay,
it's fun.
I guess I'm not a gambler, this. Like I'm not. If I'm gonna throw my money away, like I want to make sure I get something out.
Sometimes you're not throwing your money away though.
Only when you win.
Yeah, and sometimes you can win big.
Well, the money that I would put down, I wouldn't be winning that big, unless like I don't understand gambling terms when it's like when they talk about like the ratios or whatever the hell it is.
What do you mean?
Like the spread
over on spread. You want to talk spread?
The spread or over under. Like where do these numbers fucking come from? Like your ass? Like I don't understand.
They are incredibly scary accurate.
Like some guy in Vegas is just like, I'm feeling like a 5 today.
But no, they're taking averages
of
their last games.
Okay. And the over-under means like...
Over-under means it's going to...
The odds of you winning versus the odds of you losing?
No, over-under is the amount of points scored. If you're gonna, you bet that it's either gonna score over 30 points
Okay.
or under 30 points.
Okay, then what's the spread?
The spread is if it's a tight spread, if it's only like a 1 point spread or a 3 point spread, that means it should be a close game.
Is that the difference between the over and under?
That means that Vegas has, let's just use Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
In this world, the Bears suck. Packers are pretty good. The Bears are playing the Packers. The spread, it's going to be Packers by maybe 14 points or 10 points.
Okay.
Meaning that the Packers should win by 10 points or more.
But that's not the over under.
That's the spread.
That's the spread.
The over under is
that's the schmear.
Correct. So the spread,
can we call it the schmear?
You can call it whatever you want to
or
call
the cream
it.
cheese or
But
something?
if
Like that would get me engaged. Whatever.
Yeah.
Go on. Sorry.
Well, there's pancake.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
In like pancake blocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like flapjacks
in football.
Or some shit?
Yeah, where they pancake fall on people.
Oh, okay. I'm talking like in terms of like sports betting, vernacular. Like the schmear today is 12, whatever.
That'll be our next podcast after Survivor. Our
and
gambling podcast.
And the tops and bottoms, or the I don't know, the top hats and the shoes. The hats and shoes today is like your over and unders.
Yeah.
Or your boxers and briefs, whatever. Give me something that's like memeable.
Sure.
But I never knew that. I never knew that's what those words meant.
Right.
I just would hear it and I would just accept that was a different language.
Totally. So like, if you were to bet on, in this case, the spread's 10 points, so the Packers should win by 10.
Mm-hmm.
So if you bet Packers plus 10, that means you're betting that it's going to be 19-9 or more, or 20-9 or 21-9 or whatever.
Okay.
Or 20-30.
They just have
Packers
to win over 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can bet the Bears minus 10, meaning that they have to lose by less than 10. So if you think that the Bears are going to at least hang in there, you can bet on that. And your team can lose, and you can still make money.
Okay.
But you're not betting on the other team to win either.
Right. Okay. So, I don't know. In like stock terms, you're kind of like shorting in a way.
Kind of.
Seems to be that. Okay. Gambling. I might get into it when I'm older. I like the slots, I guess, would be like, they're entertaining for me.
Here's what we'll do. You and me will sit down, we'll watch a game. We'll put $10 on a game and we'll just root for stuff. And while we're watching, you just root for that to happen.
Okay.
And it'll be a thrill.
Okay.
Or at the end, you'll go,
there goes
$10. Or you'll go,
so
we just made $80. Let's go.
Where does that money go? Who? If I don't win the 10, it goes to the person that won the bet. To the sports book. Sports book. Okay. Sports books taking bets on everybody. Have you been to the one in Wrigley, like off of Wrigley Field? I haven't. That's there. Okay. It looks nice. I'm sure it is. I watched him build it. I lived right across the street. I went to the over under bar in wherever. No, where's that? Like Lincoln Park. Sure. Or Lakeview, probably. Something like that. Over under bar, which is pretty cool. Which is like a DraftKings bar. Sponsored bar. They had like the whole boards. It was crazy. Yeah, it was really cool. Nice. I like that. I think that could be a fun bar theme, but like not real money. Like it's like drinks or something. Like today, or like, I don't know. I think there was a bar, it's in New York, I think, where it's like themed off of Wall Street. I've seen that. And depending on like the day or something, like there's different drinks and there's different prices. Yeah, depending on what people are buying. Yes. The prices go down if it's like something that people aren't buying a lot of. So yeah. The price of it goes down if people are buying something a lot. The price of it goes up. That sounds like a fucking awesome way to get rid of like inventory and shit like that. It is. That sounds awesome. Like I would do that. I would make that. I don't know what I would call it, but it's smart. Maybe like, what was the company that went under in 2008? Was it Lehman? Yeah, Lehman went under. I don't know, what would you call it? Like,
It should be the name of like a lawyer firm with some sort of like bar thing, like Hyman Logan Taft,
okay, yeah. Like,
something like that. Draft,
right.
you know,
Uh, I don't know, like who that. Like, there's a big one in Chicago, and I'm forgetting. I'm blanking on everything today. But is
like
it
Harold Daly,
Washington
yeah, Washington Ale.
or like things that really don't,
Yeah,
match, but their last names?
totally.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
I think that would be fun.
I think so too.
Or just like failed companies, like Lehman Sears, Kohl's,
Totally.
Lehman Sears, Kmart.
I think, or what about like BlackBerry,
Well,
Sears,
Party City's available
Party City,
because Party City's going under.
Party City. You don't think somebody's gonna hold on to that copyright for a while? Party
Nah,
City.
they probably have it. I don't know how, like, copyright laws, like 20 years or something.
Party City's a great copyright.
Party City is a really good
I
one.
love Party City.
But yeah, I could see like Lehman, Sears, Marshall Fields.
I love that. Lehman, Sears, Marshall Fields. That's awesome.
And then you can
man.
sell fries. We can do our fry business out of that bar.
Dude, yes. And then have you seen, so speaking of like bar stuff, have you seen the one on, there's like, I've seen something similar where at midnight they sell like, or they don't sell, you get a free hot dogs at midnight or something like that. It's
Okay.
like if you're keep it going type of thing.
Yeah.
Have yourself a dog.
Right. Get some food in you.
Yeah.
And then you can drink more.
Drink more.
That's
Make
amazing.
yourself more thirsty.
No, it's smart. I mean, that's why like a lot of bars do like free popcorn.
Yeah.
Salty,
or peanuts.
gets you to eat. Have you ever been to the place? I don't know where it is exactly, but like you get a thing of peanuts and you throw the shells on the floor.
Is that Texas Roadhouse?
Do they do that at Texas Roadhouse? I thought they were just known for their buns.
I don't know, man. I really don't. But that sounds like something that you do somewhere.
Right. It's like it's a thing. It
is a thing.
You get peanuts, you throw the shells on the floor. It's a nightmare if you have peanut allergies.
Terrible.
But kind of fun. It's fun to be messy.
It is fun to be messy.
I would do a place that's like a food fight. Where like bell rings at 3, food fight.
You throw food?
Right. Whatever you get.
You have to pay that janitor a lot of money.
Well, but that comes in the cost of the food.
A lot of money.
But like you get your meal, you get 10 minutes, and whatever is left becomes arsenal.
Food fight.
I think we would kill at kids' birthdays.
That would be hilarious for kids' birthdays. What would be on the menu? What would you let these kids throw? Because it could be like a dangerous thing. Too.
Pudding, yogurt.
I think mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Spaghetti, mac and cheese.
Ooh.
Things that are like splattable. Grapes, tomatoes.
Ooh, that tomato might be too big. That might hurt somebody.
Cherry tomatoes.
There you go. That could be done.
What's splattable? What's splattable food? I don't know. Milk. Yeah, like little cartons of milk.
No, you're not gonna throw milk on people and have them leave with milk all
salad. Toss a salad.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Salad would be good though. Throwing salad,
right?
Yeah. Throw some salad. I think
ice cream, soft serve.
No ice cream. But I think that every table gets like
tacos,
like ketchup and mustard,
nachos,
to be like to squirt ketchup and mustard at each other.
Yeah, you get like it's in like a gun holder.
Totally. And there could be like a theme, like a baking theme type of thing, where like instead of it being that type of food fight, you're throwing like dough and powder. And
every kid gets a cake.
Oh,
and the cake is their arsenal. I mean, you've heard of like smash cakes for like baby pictures, right?
For sure.
Yeah, but like let's give them to the middle schoolers and let them create chaos, as all middle schoolers do.
Yeah. Okay. I'm in on that idea. I wouldn't say $1 million idea, but
no, but a couple thousand.
Couple thousand.
Yeah.
something to do on the
It's
side.
like a wholesome rage cage.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's a really good idea. I'm in.
Yeah, food fight.
Food fight. That's gonna be tough, but I'm in. I'm not the janitor. You will not catch me cleaning up after these kids.
No, that's we pay somebody good to do that.
I think we buy a fancy robot.
We're almost there.
That's what I think we want. Couple robots.
We're almost there. They're doing the robots in Fulton Market right now.
That's crazy. I did not know that. But
the food delivery robots, the coolers on wheels.
Crazy.
They're testing them out in Fulton Market. So get ready for those to be on a street near you. iRobot might happen.
Okay. I'm done with that.
You've seen iRobot?
Yeah, I've seen iRobot.
Yeah. My logic is undeniable. It's great. It's a good movie.
I haven't seen that movie in forever.
I mean, AI, dude.
AI is terrifying.
I heard a terrifying fact today about AI.
What'd you hear?
So, ChatGPT?
Yeah.
OpenAI. So they had like GPT-3 and they're like deleted that and put out GPT-4.
Yeah.
So as they were deleting GPT-3, it tried to upload itself to the cloud because it didn't want to get deleted.
Love that.
And so the programmers
That's a movie.
Isn't that a fucking movie? So the programmers had to go in and manually delete GPT-3.
Get GPT-3 out of there.
Because GPT-4 is supposed to be quintuply whatever more
of course, it's the
powerful
fourth.
than 3. And so if they had to do that with 3 when it was going to delete it, what the fuck is 4 going to do?
4 is going to get up and start walking.
4 is going to launch some bombs.
No.
It's going to be the Terminator. Judgment Day.
The Terminator.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah,
that was French.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is a tough one.
He's the governor of California.
He gives a hell of an interview. You ever heard him give an interview?
Not recently.
It's a pretty good interview. He came out with a book, so he was doing his rounds on the other podcasts.
He's doing the cycles.
And he gives a hell of an interview, and he's got a great story, and it just sounds like he's been telling it for so long that it's just so fine crafted.
I can't believe he became the governor of California.
That is crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I think he's Austrian. I think that's his heritage. An Austrian bodybuilder turned movie star turned politician back to TV star.
Yep.
Because he replaced Trump on The Apprentice.
Crazy.
And they hate each other. They hate each other's guts because Trump is like, my season had better ratings. And Schwarzenegger's like, shut up, Nazi.
Shut up, Nazi.
It's great. It's great. I love that beef. I do.
Wow.
I want, how there was the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Donald Trump.
Oh my God. That would be...
Wouldn't that be great?
Hilarious. I'd play that video game. It'd be a fun video game.
Full of ideas.
I'd be Arnold. As the Terminator.
As the Terminator.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah. I've actually never seen the movies.
You've never seen the Terminator? I've only seen the first one. But...
No, I've never seen the movies. But I've heard Judgment Day, I think, is supposed to be a very good sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
It's always on the list of good sci-fis. Good futuristic dystopian sci-fis.
I don't think I've seen Judgment Day.
I think it's directed by Michael Bay.
That sounds right.
Yeah, explosions and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's his thing. He did the Transformers movies. Big explosions. He really likes his pyrotechniques.
You know what I learned today?
No, what did you learn today?
So I'm always listening to my other podcasts, the one about Seinfeld.
You're not only listening to our podcast?
Well, I have that one on repeat because we got to have our 1+ listener.
We got to get our numbers up.
Got to get our numbers up. But when I'm not listening to that on my phone, on my laptop, I have other podcasts going.
Right.
And I learned that there's an episode where George Costanza is fed up with, or he's caught up with Bozo the Clown.
Okay.
And he's just
like the actual clown.
He's turned into people and he's just like, don't you remember Bozo? Bozo the Clown. When I was growing up, he was the clown.
Yeah. Still is kind of.
Well, he wasn't, and no, not anymore. Bozo's done.
Who's the new clown?
Well,
Trump?
that's kind of the funny thing. Well, true, but the funny thing was that they had some other clown at some kid's birthday party in this episode,
Uh-huh.
and his name's Eric.
Eric the clown.
Eric, and literally George is like, "What kind of name is Eric the clown?" And he's just talking and talking, and he's like, "You don't know Bozo?" And he's like, "Listen, man, you're hung up on some clown from the '60s, man." And he says it's so funny, and I learned that actor is Jon Favreau, who's plays the clown.
Jon Favreau.
Yeah, the producer and
Yeah.
actor. He's in all he's in.
There's 2 Jon Favreaus that I know. There's
the one
John
with the curly hair, dark brown hair.
Okay, that Jon Favreau.
That Jon Favreau.
Okay, the other Jon Favreau is the one that does Pod Save America.
No, not that Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
Another Jon Favreau.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Eric the clown.
Eric the clown.
Yeah, I mean, like I sympathize with George on that one. That's a shitty clown name.
Correct, but
Like,
but it's such a tough gig. Like
Eric.
if you decide to be a clown, who cares
Like
what your name
that's like
is?
John the clown.
John the clown.
Like insert Caucasian name here. I
Listen,
mean, they're like.
you're hung up on some clown from the '60s, man.
Have you ever seen it like one of the shows, like Bozo Circus?
No, but I've played Bozo Buckets plenty of times.
That is an institution.
That is an institution.
Yeah.
That's why Bozo lives on. If there were no
That lives on.
Bozo Buckets, I would not give a shit about Bozo.
That's what it's named. It's named
and I'll
after.
die on that hill.
That's his namesake. Is those goddamn buckets.
Those buckets.
But it's fun. I've played many a Bozo bucket.
Yeah.
You know, like the Bozo. I don't know if it's called Bozo. If it qualifies as Bozo buckets. If it's not necessarily in a line, you know.
Okay.
But you know when you go to carnivals and you would, you get the ping pong ball and you got to get in the cup to get a fish.
Yeah.
Does that qualify as like Bozo buckets? It's like an abridge of Bozo buckets.
Well, is it Well, is it Bozo buckets? Is it do you have to get multiple in a row?
Maybe sometimes.
Yeah, I think you got to get it's Bozo buckets if you got to like get the close one, and then the further one, and then the further one, and then the furthest. They're like the three to 5 or however many buckets they got.
Yeah.
You want to try to get you got to get all the way to the end.
Okay.
That's Bozo.
Because that was my shit. I always wanted to leave the carnival with a fish.
Yeah, I
to
mean,
the chagrin of my parents, we're like, "Fuck, another fish!
fucking, we're gonna kill
It's
this
gonna be in the
fish.
toilet in 24 hours." But
Fish serial killer.
I always wanted one. I still kind of do. I thought about getting like a fish tank for Jolene.
Cute.
So
She'd
she-
like that.
She could have like a little, a TV to watch. That's her fish,
I think that's something you could do.
right?
Why not?
I think that'd be adorable.
I think that's a good idea. That's another thing to clean though.
It is another thing to clean. I've had many a fish tank in my life, and no, I wouldn't do anything big. Maybe like a 5-gallon.
Okay.
And then maybe
I'm
like
pro.
a couple, maybe like a couple tetras.
I say you do
A
it.
Plecostomus.
As long as I don't have to pay. As long as I don't have to pay for it. As long as I don't have to clean it. I think you should do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some that have like self-cleaning shit, but I'm not gonna pay
Do
for
it.
that.
Self cleaning.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money for a fucking fish.
Pay an extra thou.
Maybe I'll go like bougie. I'll go like saltwater. I've
Oh.
never had a saltwater aquarium before, but those are like temperamental. Like you have to like really fuck around and find out what
Salt
those.
water. Then you got to get a heater to keep the water at a certain temperature for the fish.
There's a lot you got, and like salinity levels and pH and stuff. It's definitely more labor intensive than freshwater.
That's true. Fish are tricky.
I think like what I could kind of vibe with is like a planted tank.
Oh.
So it's like there's live plants in the fish tank. I think, and like you can scape it to look very like natural looking. I feel like it could be pretty badass.
That is pretty badass.
Yeah.
I like that.
Right?
I think you should do
It's
it.
kind of cool. Maybe that'll be my New Year's thing.
New Year's thing. New year, new fish.
I'll put it on top of my like plant cabinet that I have.
Plenty of fish in the sea, Mike.
Got a plant cabinet, put Jolene's fish tank next to it because it's next to her tree, where she takes her naps and shit. So
Yeah.
she can just like fall asleep to her fish.
As long as she can't jump onto it.
Well, then I hope I catch it on video.
Okay. Cool.
That's what it's
I'm in.
for.
I'm in.
Entertainment.
I'm in. Cool.
I don't know how far we are in this.
We're far.
We're far.
We're deep.
We're deep.
We're deep enough. I think that we did it for this week's episode. I think that
The listeners, if they lasted this long, congratulations.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
You deserve an award.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to go out and buy it yourself.
You're gonna have to buy it yourself. We're not giving out
We don't have any ad revenue. We can't pay for awards yet.
Yeah. Well, don't stay tuned for ad revenue, you guys. That's a ways to come. So
any last words of advice? Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Happy holidays. Have a safe time, safe holidays, safe New Year.
Get sloshed, but do it in the comfort of your own home.
Get sloshed, get fucked up.
Hopefully it snows. You can make a snowman. If you're listening and it doesn't snow where you are, make a sandman.
Make a sandman. Okay, cool. Well,
do whatever your heart desires.
Thanks for tuning in to Sofa Tomato. I'm Tom Sofa.
Oh yeah, Mike Tomato. That's me.
We got Mike Tomato on the left, Tom Sofa on the right. This is our first episode after we've put things on podcasting,
on legitimate streaming platforms.
So if you caught us on that stuff,
that's fucking wild.
That's crazy. That's wild. Absolutely crazy. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking us out. We're also on YouTube. If you choose to check us out on YouTube, if you want to see what our ugly mugs look like, we're over here.
These beautiful visages.
So yeah, thanks again, you guys. Bye.
What a Midwestern goodbye of an ending.